Kingsley and Ross, welcome to the Brand Experience Johannesburg. For anybody unfamiliar with Kingsley and Ross and the Holgate Foundation, this father-son duo have been instrumental in the humanitarian work they've done in all 54 African countries and beyond. These modern-day explorers use adventure as a means to improve and save lives across the African continent, and in particular in hard-to-reach places. And Land Rover is extremely proud to be the provider of the vehicles that enable these journeys.
Yes, Richard, we're so proud to be associated with Land Rover, and we will continue to use these Land Rover expeditions to save and improve lives. You know, our humanitarian efforts are firstly malaria, the distribution of malaria mosquito nets to pregnant mothers and to children under the age of 5, with a shocking statistic of a child dying every 2 minutes. You know, when we started with Land Rover, it was every 30 seconds. I know it sounds terrible, but that 30 seconds went to 1 minute, and the improvement now to 2 minutes. So we're truly making a difference together.
Absolutely.
Then it's the distribution of life straws, water purification devices to give people potable drinking water. And then, of course, that gift of a pair of spectacles, something that we take for granted, that gift of sight, where we distribute reading spectacles to the elderly and poor-sighted.
Yes, indeed, it's sometimes tough. It's not always easy, and we need to rely on Land Rovers to get us to these very remote places with little or no health services. It's like a thud to the heart when you get to a village, a mother screaming, a child dying, the nearest clinic 100 or 2 kilometers away by dugout canoe, lives that can be saved by a simple mosquito net, the life straws, and then, you know, the improvement to one's quality of life, something we so take for granted. As Ross said, you know, you walk into a pharmacist, you get a pair of reading glasses. But out there in those deep rural areas, how you can improve somebody's quality of life by the gift of spectacles, and more recently even helping with cataract operations. The other aspect of our work, as you so well know, Richard, is called CCE, Conservation Community Education. And it started with a simple A3 piece of paper, the outline of an elephant or a rhino, children coloring it in. You know, most of these schools that we go to have never had an art class. They don't have the art material, so it's an art class. It's all about education and about conservation. And to date, more than 500,000 children reached through this art messaging competition that's taken us across Africa. Of course, it includes soccer games and lots of fun. And as always, you know, using these Land Rover journeys to improve and save lives and add to the quality of people's lives. It's hugely appreciated, Richard, and with Ross and the team, we'll certainly continue to use these new Land Rover Defenders, this triumphant return of this icon reimagined, and we certainly will keep up the good work.
On that note, I'd like to make a formal announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, Land Rover will be continuing its sponsorship of the Holgate Foundation going forward. We're extremely proud of this sponsorship and proud to have these gentlemen on board in delivering and saving lives. The 2 discoveries that were used so successfully across Africa and most recently on the Cape to Kathmandu expedition will be retired. Kingsley and Ross will get behind the wheel of 2 brand new Defenders, the most capable Land Rovers ever produced. At a later date, we'll announce the next big expedition the Holgates will depart on. More of that later. But over to you, Kingsley. What does this partnership mean to you?
Well, we're extremely proud, Richard, and it's been such a long history. Geographic and humanitarian journeys, it's been really so much of our lives and been tough. We've risked lives to save lives on occasion. Yeah. But the Defenders, returning to the Defenders, I mentioned early on, it's like a triumphant return to this iconic brand, and it's hugely meaningful to Ross and I, and we'll certainly keep up that spirit of adventure, those geographic and humanitarian journeys. And, you know, reminiscing, going back to where we've been with Defenders over the years, proudly displaying the flags of every single country on the African continent on those old Defenders, kids all getting to read their own country as they sort of travel through these countries. Yeah. Every single country on the African continent, that's where we've taken the Defenders, and of course, and beyond. You'll recall we took Defenders around the world following 23 degrees 27, the Tropic of Capricorn. Yeah. 10 countries around the world, never missed a beat in those old Defenders. People can't believe it. They said, did you really do all this stuff? And I said, well, there it is. We proof of what one can do in a Defender. And then, you know, this icon reimagined and this incredibly bold statement the best and most capable four-wheel drive ever imagined. And we're going to be part of that. The moment is coming. We're going to be exposed to these new Land Rover Defenders, and believe me, we can hardly wait there, Ross. It's wonderful excitement.
It's hugely exciting. You know, I grew up with Defenders. It's all I sort of knew, all those adventures. Then into Discoverys, we thought they were the most capable vehicles. And now back into this heritage vehicle, but as Kingsley says, completely reimagined with all the technology, but stuff that really works. And it will definitely make our geographic and humanitarian expeditions go above and beyond.
So in no time at all, be shown these new vehicles, and the moment it's possible, they'll be off on another world-first expedition so strongly linked to humanitarian causes, using these vehicles with a clear and important purpose to save and improve lives.
Thank you, Kingsley and Ross, for sharing those amazing stories with us. Well, we have the brand new Defender right behind us, so let's stand up and go and have a look.
Great, let's go.
Well, here it is, the all-new Defender. I hope you're as excited about this car as we are.
Richard, it just looks beautiful. It looks capable, tough, brave, everything that a Defender should be. Ross, what do you think?
So they truly do say that you've only got one chance to make a good first impression, and this is one of the most incredible impressions I've ever seen of a vehicle. It's unbelievable.
Yep, a new love affair, another Defender in our lives, and yes, to all at Land Rover, I'd just like to say congratulations on getting it right. Really well done on a piece of what we believe is technical wizardry. Is going to be trying it out. So yes, congratulations on a beautiful machine.
Well, same as you, Kingsley, this vehicle is capable of great things, and I'm pretty sure as you venture out into the unknown, you will make 100% sure that you deliver great things in this new Defender.
Wonderful. Thanks again, Richard.